Good day and welcome to a special year-end newscast. Here are our top 10 stories of 2013. At number 10, the UAE State Security Court gave its verdict in the trial of 94 Emiratis charged with plotting to overthrow the government. They were accused of belonging to an illegal group, Al-Islah. The leaders of the group were sentenced to 10 years in prison, while those tried in absentia got 15 years in the July 2nd trial. 25 people were acquitted. At number 9, the UAE football team won the Gulf Cup. The year started with a bang for UAE sport when the country's footballers parred to Gulf Cup glory for the second time in their history in the final against Iraq in Bahrain. Ismail Al-Hamadi scored the winner in the second half of extra time to help Mehdi Ali's men edge past Iraq 2-1. Star midfielder Omar Abdul Rahman had put the UAE ahead on the half hour, only for Yunus Mahmoud to equalize with 10 minutes to play. The UAE's Gulf Cup win came 6 years after coach Bruno Metsu first achieved the feat. At number 8, Delhi saw a new chief minister. In India, it was clearly the year of the Aam Aadmi, or the common man. Former civil servant Arvind Kejriwal, who defeated three-time Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit from her own constituency, was elected to power riding an anti-corruption wave. He has turned down security cover, vowed that neither he nor his ministers would take up residence in palatial homes, and has promised to do away with a culture of privilege that allows ministers and top bureaucrats to zip through Delhi's traffic in motorcades with police escorts and flashing lights. At number 7, Abu Dhabi was set to be a filming location for the 7th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. Paul Walker, one of the film's stars, was killed in a high-speed crash in Los Angeles. Walker was 40. At number 6, in an unprecedented move, the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, transferred power to his son, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Sheikh Tamim had been groomed for years to take the helm of the super-rich Gulf state and key Western ally. Prior to appointment, he held top security and economic posts, as well as overseeing Qatar's ambitious plans to use ports to raise its international profile. At number 5, Indian cricket icon Sachin Tendulkar ended his glittering 24-year career, appropriately at his home ground in Mumbai. The little master, who had already retired from limited overs internationals, thrilled the crowd with a brilliant 74 in the first innings of the second test against West Indies. The home side went on to complete a comfortable 2-0 series win. At number 4, reformist-backed cleric Hassan Rouhani won Iran's presidential election, securing over 50% of the vote. One of Rouhani's main pledges was to try to ease international sanctions imposed on Iran over its nuclear program. In November, Iran and 6 world powers clinched a deal to curb the Iranian nuclear program in exchange for initial sanctions relief, signaling the start of a game-changing rapprochement that would reduce the risk of a wider Middle East war. At number 3, the most powerful typhoon ever to hit land smashed into the Philippines on November the 8th, killing more than 6,000 people, forcing more than 1 million people to flee, flooding villages and devastating the landscape. Entire villages were flattened by Haiyan's ferocious winds and the tsunami-like storm surge that damaged or swept away more than 1 million homes and injured 27,000 people. At number 2, South Africa's first black president and anti-apartheid icon Nelson Mandela died at the age of 95 on December 6. Mandela led South Africa's transition from white minority rule in the 1990s after 27 years in prison for his political activities. He had been receiving intensive medical care at home for a lung infection after spending 3 months in hospital. He was buried at a ceremony in his home village of Kunu, ending a week of commemorations for the man whose tortured struggle for racial equality helped end white minority rule. And our top news of 2013 is Dubai's winning bid for Expo 2020. November 27 will definitely go down as a red-letter day for Dubai and the UAE after it was confirmed that the city would host the World Expo 2020. Dubai easily staved off the challenge from 3 other contenders during the voting, which was held in Paris. In the first round of voting itself, the trend was clear. with Dubai managing to build up a sizable lead and which it did not let go of in subsequent rounds. The win sets into motion dynamic and structured changes to the local economy in the years leading up to 2020. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. We leave you with images of 2013. Have a happy new year.